That's Dizzy FM. Really Dizzy FM. And when I got a call from SAFM and inquiring about, can you tell us how do you start the radio without a license? I knew about izinto ikasa lapha kufutshane and wafika ikasa and they took our equipment, they took everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lyrical Curse, of course, Mr. Enyanenye is none of my weakness. Welcome once again to my podcast. It's called the Hotspot, baby. This is where we chill and grill our local celebrities, our local hustlers, our local heroes. We sit down with them and they tell us all about their journey, the struggles, and the way that they have overcome. And fortunately, even about their future as well. Fortunately, I've got the legend. I'm talking about the jack of all trades. I'm talking about within the industry. Uqale ku sports, ukhona ku politics, and ukhona in the music business, and now he's on your TV, he's on your small screens. I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Siviwe Mahlahla. Khona right butwa?
Kukrenda but nani right?
Se right butwa. Ngiyabulela abantu ukusiphile ixesha namhlanje ukuthi sihlale nawe because ingxoxo about your journey within the industry, and as you know uba zininzi aspects odile nazo with apha endleleni yakho.
No, namanibulele mkhulu with the opportunity, I understand that, especially ndibulele ndiqhabele izandla for starting such a platform for abantu bakwazi more about abantu abakhula nabo, because I won't say we are celebrities kasilapha, I understand. We are just another maybe abanye bethu babenelaka ke just babe kwi limelight, but in reality we are just abantu abafanayo.
I just want, can you please tell us about your background, ukuthi ukhula kwakho, ukhula ngumuntu onjani, and lento uyenzayo ngokuthi BCM TV into uplanile usakhula ngayo kanye it just happened along the way or something?
No, I think life dynamic, many changes ungumuntu, you understand. I remember when I was young, I was ndandifuna ngumfundisi, you understand. Then when it comes to ekufundeni, then I changed, ndafuna uba electrical engineer. Then I started from ka5 years. I was fixing the radio, indondoni TV from the small age, you understand. Then that developed me over electrical engineering, Peninsula Technicon. Yeah, so I'm a qualified engineer and I work for Centec. Centec is a company that is responsible to bring you any signal, TV, radio. So the passion for the radio and the passion for the TV started when I was at SABC doing in-service training. Then I saw Obayen's Wanjani, then Patti. As a telecommunication engineer, so I was not allowed to be on the studio, but so that thing in driver, I want to do my own because I'm not allowed to. So I think it started there. Understand. And ukula kwami in reality, I was more of a reserved person. I think it's a business of utwala, I understand, because I was involved in men's okay, I can do it even in a band, you understand. So that's me.
Which sports were you involved into, like?
I was more involved from primary. Ndiyadigwa into eyi-one, you understand. Primary I was more good kwilanda kwi-rugby. I still remember ilanda from lower primary ndisezilalini khona ndikazi nokuza apha. I had amagama khona, you understand. So I love rugby. So ufika kwamaphelokishini still ndizoqala u-A because ndaqala uyenza no-A la ezilalini. So kanizokwenza u-A apha, so they see umzimba wami and babona, and I had love for rugby. So then later it developed okay, there's no akhondi kangako development rugby. Then the passion for a brother yami was a professional boxer, Prakali, you understand. So I joined the Amanindi and I trained the Amanindi, but I said inside, I think it was more inclined the Amanindi, Togotinga Pagati. Professionals as call you, they are more abusive to the issue of, I think, remember one of Ilandi professional boxers, Sega 5, a highlight boxing club. When Plankibo train, his keeper is wrong, then one of you professional boxer took Ilandi t-shirt and was Sulangayo, and I had to be wearing So kwafuna ndigoduke kanxiba because it was smelly, I understand. And then I decided then, okay, now this is not really, I understand, it's not encouraging for umntu, yeah. So I decided to stop. Then from ulife yakwazi ukuchannelisha nje.
Yaqala ndawoni ke ngindaba yakho yokuthanda karate because I can see naphayana ba
I think
join in even go 97 and 98 uyayilanduka uyayi-instructor a technical peninsula.
Ile ndithi I'm more of ulife more guided by, I would say, the spiritual. Because I never took a decision to join the karate. I think I was in Cape Town with the brother I'm living city, a professional boxer, and one day he's just sent me a karate suit with no reason. No, with no reason. Just I watch all land and I figure with you, brother, I'm land Cape Town, but hey, this is Indotin like karate suit, and apparently landing Gisando
Okay.
Apparently there is a karate club corner, and the neighbor Yamukuman was doing a karate up next door. So I started to inquire Kuman, and I said, if Ukuman and I'm better up next door, and the when's the karate and the Uchi we senior belt corner, then I might be better than the yeah. So I joined the karate in that way, not because I disrespected him, and we were very close friends, but was well today. So I decided, okay, he can do the land and I can do. If you're in Yamazela, trainings are corner, and I found out the training boxing when it comes to karate.
So how were you like? How was the time? Was it difficult? Like,
I think
way now we are boxing. Imagine like from boxing now.
I think the mentality of there's no training and nobody's more than boxing. That was what train highlight.
What's the difference between like because I know in the stand to boxing then shape team.
Boxing is more physical training.
Okay.
And karate is got the physical element, and abantu bayoyika the physical training. So karate in the Indonesian good kuyo. I was trained by box and same so the same the endurance of it any training. So like dance anything in a pain than I understand. So uchinulande ungena kwami karate. I had Leo Indoba, okay. It's training part. I'm in Landiga, and when it comes to physical part, they can tell you a school in Landiga. When it comes to fighting, then I don't at all, yeah. So that's why I didn't challenge our ICT Landiga against the karate next time. So when I started the Landiga, I met two Landiga Sensei Lulamile Makai, Batungus Kengelele, Wulakalaga 5, and there was a senior in Tanaka Cool game with senior Yak, Ulandiga, was assisting Senpai. Yeah, understand. So
how was he like? And they like Landuka instructor students, which is only
I think karate, if you compare, that's why you don't see as Sabandu Abakdala Benga joining any club today.
Okay.
Karate then and karate today, they are two different things. Yeah, understand that. Instead of by new, I would say that's my opinion. Yeah. Instead of by progress, develop more and be more because most of Abandu, when you go to karate, you don't need yell for your winning tournaments. You yell for self-defense. You understand? Yes. So. It was more of a self-defense. You see the improvement, you see the emphasis on the self-defense, and that thing, whereby you started to say, okay, I'm this person, I've got this skill, and in this 10 is a skill. So karate developed that thing, not only the physical part, it developed the mental part and the spiritual part of you, you understand?
So, Gland, we take on the city, karate is more of a self-defense thing. So, have you ever experienced a situation when it comes to Indobana, now you have to apply karate, let's say a punch, to balance also, then now you have to apply those skills?
In a wrong way. They can tell you, there are people people that grew up in my age.
Okay.
They can tell you about that's or understand. And no, not necessarily.
Okay.
It's just about when you touch me, at least I've got that skill, you understand.
Yeah,
and at the same time, when it comes to karate teacher, this thing, we were so confident in that way. At that time we were at in cinema, and it was very rough at night for your bukela midnight corner, you understand. So 5 ngenyawo ko taxi at that time mhlambi sasingenayo naye nemali okhwela, so sasuka ngenyawo ka 5 umdansa sasimjikeleza most of ixesha lethu ebusuku.
Oh.
So from moving from one club member to another, go and visit two lands, sihambe siyo visit ubani, siyo visit wena uhlala ka 6 or uhlala ka 8. So umdansa sasogqiba wonke.
Ngenyawo ubusuku
bonke. It's more of we enjoy, siyancokola nje. Uqenda apha wena usithi ukhapha mna. Xa ufika phaso ungakulobani, xa ufika ngakulobani man, let me masibese sincokola kubani. Ubani kuthethwe into something, yazi ubani uthi unento ethile, let's go and check ubani, understand. So it was not the intentional about we're gonna move around umdansa. It was more of let's go incoko ilithelo ubani unento ethile, ubani une movie ethile, let's go and watch uba movie ethile, understand. The whole night utho ukuthi nispende nisendleleni. So I think as a result, the danger of travel ships and you understand, we had our own experience, you understand. And I can tell you now, they were not messing with Tina, I understand. That's why most of our band, I've got a lot of respect with Oprah Besto to Bagdala. I've got a lot of respect with Aband. Even now, boy, I understand that, fighters, they know each other. Understand. We know each other. And there is that thing. If you tend to challenge low. I understand. It's the same na lapa karate. Karate, it was layer indo. That's why it makes us train. When other people were training from Monday to Thursday, and Tina were training 7 days. Monday. So if it was a passion, and at the same time it was more competitive. Understand. So you don't really train for winning tournaments. You train for you don't lose the fight. Understand? Because your reputation is everything extra to win. So when you lose a fight, it spread up quicker than over Asia was winning, you understand? So you make sure.
Even the is travel.
Yes. So and it was emphasized okay, if you see fight, you don't take a fight on as you win. You understand? So I think we were trained in different ways than Elandia, and the self-defense was on point. And that's why even today you get a band who they still casted about, hey, when I psuku, hey, when I Chile.
So
but it's like
to pass a skill to the younger generation, like.
No, listen, I did karate when I was doing standard 5 in Zalseko.
Okay.
Then the whole 5 years from standard 5, you can think I was maybe about 14 years or 13 years of age. I know it was even less. Understand, when I was doing Leo Indo. Then the whole, and when I started in Kwenkwezi, Ulande standard 6, I was already owning it. It was early 80s, I was still a boy.
Yes.
Still a boy, early 80s, so I did Ilandia. The thing about Ilandiga, let me tell you a little bit about Ilandiga karate at that time. I joined karate at Kuma, and at Kuma, the club have to develop even as in branches. And to branches, you need another person. More than you could call instructor. The instructor can only look at one place. So instructor do a pangel, and he wanted to develop another club.
Decentralized.
It is centralized. So and someone else to go and I train Sabandu, I vula la club one, and I was selected to be the one who's vula, and I was still a young boy. But I was sure of Ulandia of his skills, you understand. So I was given that task of operator to develop a club like one. We started in Nkululeko ka-1 and in Nkululeko they can tell you I was training abantu abadala abaphangele eDagama because there was iland factory eDagama and aba bantu babephangela ne-instructor yethu eDagama bangakwazi uya ka-5, so that's why there was a club there. So and they tend to challenge. You see, dala, when you open a club, especially karate wakholanda kuthiwa okay, you are in territory eGojukai. It was Gojukai kwathu at that time. You are territory eGojukai and Gojukai has to come and check and close down that club because ni territory yayo. So one thing close wanga if ivalwa ngose unika notice and ivalwa ngesparring kuyaliwa physically.
Yes, sir.
So and instructor has that trust in me about okay, Switch can Switch can handle understand a down.
Okay.
If and they don't give you notice clubs over the club. And
boom,
it was done 3 times on my club.
Yeah.
And Kozukai visited me, Sensei CRP visited me, Sensei there was another Sensei I say landing a stadium visited me, Coach Ryu. And there were a couple of our band visited. The Sensei Kekezo visited me there, wanted to close down the club, and it never closed down. We understand, of course. No, we have a bonus, because sparring, and after that sparring, if we are one move that we are cool, then just close down, go up in our fear and bomb. So, then so Ibagating on us, Ibasela, instant ping the cutting, that's why we have to train 7 days a week, and last 7 days a week is not training it was funny. Class trainings are from 04 uyochongo 6 to training iqale ngo10 kusasa thina every day. If we landika especially during ilandi school holidays thina sasivuka kusasa ngo9 weekend endlini wezinto zakwasendlini ngo10 usezinzane then weight training so yenza no odwa kunye nozambuntu kunye nosakumzicaka. Weight training, even go weight training there is ilandi practice of whatever that needed. Mhlambe let's say we're learning a new kata, we're teaching these others a new kata, and then kwalondo boom it's special training kufika ezinye students zonke. You've been training the whole day, nothing can go there, you understand, and then you have to pin the trainings again. And the training is dala, I understand. It's like you show them a push up because remember you've got juniors up. You show them a push ups you do 5 of the push ups, then you want a demonstration of 5 and the wrong way, the right way of the answer. Then you count when's nabo. Yeah, understand. Yeah. So karate I different that way. Now you've got instructors or when's 5 push-ups, then expect about 20 push-ups on and it was more of, you don't want the students to be more fit, be more trained than when. Yeah, understand. So you always, if they do 10, you do another 5 more, so that you make sure whatever that you always step ahead. Because Kualapi Club you get challenged. Kualapi Club sparring, there is a sparring, the random committee, I understand, whereby you just put everyone as a senior, put everyone against the wall. Then you take from Ilandi white belt to a brown belt, Yako. All from you checking mistakes you correcting mistakes wrong, and why why is wrong. Yeah, so it's more from this is wrong. So can only change indlela yakhe xa ibone nyano be wrong hey this thing even more the open kwelinye icala if ndiphakamisile kakhulu the open ngalapha. So for umboniso open up you need to ateke kulanda so that I feel the pain. Yeah, understand. So when you feel the pain, then you start okay, I need to cut, meaning like they lo make it right. So karate that's the thing at the end. Okay, I move on from Kuala again after finishing high school. I went to PE Technicon. PE Technical was already ilandika khona second 10 when black belt when I went to PE Technical. PE Technical when I was doing Gulandia first year.
That was 97.
That was 96. 96. If it's not 95, it's 96, 95. So I went to PE Technical because I started here in Island, and then I went to APE straight. And there was a lot of competition at APE with amateur APE. They wanted to. There was Ismaili icon with Sport Council for karate. And we have to compete we have to compete and show who's really can handle the club yakona.
Yeah.
And being there, done that, and so I won that I opened a club in PE Tech, and I was paid by school as that's when karate started to bring up back his window. So I was paid as a instructor as a PE Tech. Then due to at that time it was 1994, yes.
94.
Yes. 94, 95, yes. Then it was still discrimination, and we are still getting into the new democracy, South Africa.
Yeah, I can see.
So PE Technical was more of a white. We were the first bunch. Yeah, we were the first bunch of black students, and you see. Discrimination at first, and now I was supposed one day I'm doing better than Van Veek, I understand. I'm doing better than Van Veek, and Van Veek is passing with landing. And back limit so that I don't have money passar, and I said okay. And one friend of mine was in Peninsula Technical in Cape Town, and say, hey, Switch, how are you doing? Well, I can't just struggling, and you know what? I've got 2 passaries. Well, I'm passing with distinctions. All as I wear now. No way, from Island and Tech. So I decided from 96 to move to Island and Tech, to London Peninsula Technical, and Plapo Kona Pina La formation club. Was Treasure was Sport Council. No, we started doing this way as a plan again. Pentech, when I arrived, I was doing the second year already with engineering.
Okay.
And the guys, electrical engineering. And guys from East London, they knew me. About Sasfunda Song, I understand, and they were already at Pentech and Nandia Fika Corner, and they were already in politics as a school in the corner. So when I arrived, and the formation of Pinda Corner, and I was club at Pentech again. And Pentech and Patala is instructor, I understand. So I was comfortable with Leo Indo. While I was doing Leo Indo, they wanted, in politics, they wanted someone they can trust with him as a sport. Okay. And Tando Kamahana from K12 up and Naga 17, K12, Naga 17. Tando Kamahana and welcome Karl Marx then at Pentech. And they said, no, man. And why is a student? It's a sensei, my client, it's a student song. And says, Switch. You are the trusted one. You can handle finance. You are good in maths. Why don't you look for the Treasure Sport Council? Because we need someone that's not trust up and the discipline of a karate. Yeah, understand. I know by in fact implicated with the corruption. Yeah. I said okay. I'm not sure, man, because in a politics, and say no, relax. Good politics. If one year for then I can make it happen. And we were there with Zongi Sport Council, the SRC. SRC was there electing and being an influential person, and they wanted treasure and elections. I as a good treasure of the Sport Council and Tando Kamahan and raised his hand and said, listen, I've got this chap. And he's already instructor Pentech, Enzi Karate, and very trustworthy, and don't motivating young lane. And there were a couple of his big guns, Azapo, Nagui PAC, and they were contesting. Yes. I said, ish. And even I understand. I never thought about even when we're and they're gonna do voting and counting pilot, and I was just congratulated Bon and it understand and we shake hands, I know. Okay. And they were so happy that they've got the numbers. And when we arrive inside and when they read the numbers, And majority of abantu from Pentec, they coming from the Eastern Cape.
Yeah.
And
So,
majority basuka eMdantsane. So I had the numbers, and being erased nguthando, and ayenza uba ndayiwina leyo into, not with just a
like
close
the
margin.
whole provinces
Yeah, it was.
behind you.
And that's a nice part about Eastern Cape when I bra. The issue of yabona apa, we are very much in competition or in competitive of each other. When you get to Pewilande, Cape Town, because I was in Cape Town at that time, and I saw the different part of Abantu, the different side yabantu of Abalapa East London. When they are outside of East London, not only Abantu Balapa East London, Abantu Basa Eastern Cape, when they are on other province. They can do anything to protect another person or to umkhaya. Yeah, understand? Because Kaya Pelandikeni corner, a Pentec were just like, hey, Gabasengobong, Gabasemtata, hey, for the Ingwetetayo, Sedabasuka, Kaya Landigan, Eastern Cape, yeah, understand? So we're much closer, yeah, understand? Yeah. So sikwasa kwazo better cooler. Even abantu base majority abantu abamnyama base Western Cape, they come from the Eastern Cape. So Eastern Cape was unite, and I so wish that even though we go to Joburg, abantu base Joburg, you can visit. I've been there, Auckland Park, and I had to visit Land again. Friends, so at my usual. Uthathwa lo muntu athi okay izondivizitela, and out of the blue athi ukhona umkhaya manje upha indawo nethi masambe sebona umkhaya lo umkhaya awuthi usuka eMdantsane ukhona waseMdantsane ndawo nethi andapha, and abantu baseJoburg they expect about abantu bonke, yeah, nasingathi Eastern Cape inkulu, guys, you cannot know everyone. Hayi man, yeah, umkhaya wakhe
you are expected mama,
but ke xa ufika khona umuntu kwawuba kuthiwa mkhaya kuyaqonda uba they will give the last penny I spend on that day just to entertain when. So that's a nice part about the province.
You've done it all. You've been with the sport kakhulu. Then ke ngoku wazomuvela njani to the entertainment okanye the music side, because I remember you owned a company called Sun Records.
Yes.
Yeah. So yayintoni ke into eba minimize ilicala le-sport. Okay, I'm done with the sport. Let me focus on the music.
Okay. When I came back after doing a diploma and Pentec, I went to SAPC for a training, the in-service training corner. So I was living in Auckland Park, Brixton, and they were doing a training at Brixton Tower. Then when I came back corner, and it cut time.
Yes.
And I've been gonna clash because I was already working for Usentec then. Emsebenzini ndingena ukusasa and yophuma u6 late lexesha kuphunywa ngayo eklabini, and khona ufumanisa uba this week andikho apha ndiyawuhlala le entabeni kwezi towers kaCentec khona for the whole week, na next week ngiphinda ngizohlala kwenye tower network, so ndiyohlala entabeni khona, understand? So ufumanisa uba analo ixesha really for the sport. So one thing elandikayo that I developed a passion of I visited one. I had the passion of the computers then when I was at Centec. So nomsebenzi wami undilisana with the computers. Then I had the passion of getting new software, checking new software for the company. What can we use endaweni into ethile, and
my software is just more advanced.
Yeah. So I was more of so I was the young one doing Iland, so by computer. So, and when I bought my first computer and wanted to upgrade, I met another friend of mine, Pentec, and he was it, and as I kumbule, and he was by Airlight Computers, and he did he specs the computer and the city I need the fastest computer, I need the cheapest price, and what no, it was a build up, and we built up that computer and it was fast and I said, no man, listen, while you're doing the fast, what other thing, because you cannot do just this is a gaming computer, I understand, you can play games. I said, no, I'm not interested. I understand the games, I understand. I said, what else can we do? I said, nah, this is a game computer, this is video editing. It was not popular at that time, video editing.
Yeah.
And I get into the video editing at that time. And I was using Pinnacle. I think I started with the Pinnacle 2.0.
Yeah.
So Pinnacle opened up a world for me, I understand. Okay. So, and if I bought this software, the user to maximum yayo.
Yeah.
And I even
explore.
I even check ilandika zayo, specifications zayo. I even check over manual yayo, kind of structures the manual about what can you do. Yeah, understand. And I even go and extra and explore. You check out abanye abantu abasebenza the world the landika, I understand. Even on internet. And denza leyo into ndiyakubena elandika ndizibone i-downfalls zayo ilo software ndisebenza nto ngaman lena iyakulimit entweni ethile awukwazi uyenza into ethile. Yeah, understand. Then you upgrade to another one ekwazi uyenza leyo into. While I was upgrading then the sound of Pinnacle was not right.
Okay.
So I had to get the software for the sound. While I was doing leyo into lapho it opened up okay, you can record, and while you're doing it, I was already having a camera while you're doing video editing. You can record at the same time. You can, while you land photo, you can overdo it. Because when you record when the overlays zalela zalendo with the mic yako. So I started exploring there, and this guy, when they were selling e-packages, what was that? What was that? There was that software. It was very cheap software.
Fruit Loops?
No, it was not Fruit Loop or something new. There was a software call, I understand. Yeah, and yeah, so that was I bought that software. It had Dilandiga as it loops inside of Ilandiga rap. EJ. That was EJ. Yeah, that was the EJ software that I was using, and was introduced to Kuyo. And so when I bought the first package, and in the 7.2 maximum yayo, and I asked Allied Computers, can they order another one? I heard there is a new version, and they start ordering now. Yeah, I understand that this guy is EJ, because it was not only me. When I started using EJ, excitement spread around and people they start what software is for Wenzale, and there were a lot of people inquiring about one. So EJ was the thing for landing. So from the EJs, and I started to say, okay, I'm not good in rap, you understand. I'm not good in Landiga, and EJ gives me a basic Landiga beats. You can create beats, and I started to say. And there was a chapter that was a lecture, junior lecture, Walter Solo. Yeah, and I put a tech Mel was and Mel, and he said, okay, why is you spending a lot of it class up? And Mel was having this theory, if you're spending it class means what Jeff, and watching Jeff sends Mali, you are losing out. Spend ixesha indawo spenda kulo ixesha elininzi, try to make sure that you are making imali also. Noma uyenza ilanto into encinci, understand, I try to wenza imali. And I said, okay, uyabona wena most of ixesha sihleli apha we're talking about this software. Yes. And we exploring, we playing around this software. How can we make money out of this thing? And he suggested that we must form. There was me, Mel was a Landigan, and Unat was a Landiga technician guy like ESCOM, and I was a technician Gasentech, and Mel was a Landi junior lecturer Paratech. So we had the Mali in between us, you understand? And we said, okay, let's do unendwana zakwabo pha ezithandayo irap, you understand. Let's do as lap elanto sizinike one. And we started wenza leyo into, and so no, it can work. And let's form this company, some production. So Sam was Fitch, Woods, and Mel. So that's some, yeah.
Some melodon.
Yeah. So that was some production. That was the formation of some production, and we decided, okay, listen, I will buy. Mnake was more of different landing as well. I will buy Ilandiga amps, and Woods what he will buy is bigger. What to Mel will buy a mixer plus Ilandiga CDJs. So and we were having 2 cars, and that was at that time. And let's say it was about 1997, 98. And we had 2 cars, and so we were getting invitation like crazy party because ufuna just ubona imoto zimile abazipakile. They don't want to usebenzisa imoto yakhe, bafuna just uba birthday yakhe umuntu ufuna imoto ezamoto ziyoma pha. And I had the privilege because I was a technician on standby at Centec. So the latest motor you can think of Ilandiga, I was driving you, and I understand. Yeah, so I was driving Nissan Sun, Safika. So we were getting those invitations from my friends, especially girlfriends, getting those.
What is the main vision behind is some productions?
So from as our invitations, we said as using that theoretical mail, we are getting invitations to a party. Every week we are going to a party. Why don't we take a sound system? So if I was bagizako, and while sipa party with DJing and making imali, we charge abantu. They are happy with Landiga and Backland. Then we started to we started to So when we put our system together, so started we as partying. So the development from there, landed some records. And we decided, okay, now this thing, still is a party, and we end up we understand that we uncomfortable zone whereby utibana abantu sasingasele at that time. Utibana nabantu abaseleyo and abagezayo. So let's leave layer in, let's do lento music production. So some record yaqala apho, and waswele kumel while we are busy with layer indo, and we say, okay, let's not only stop laying let's take it to Emahulweni, because we're doing it in my place. The only now we are landing in, it was my house, you understand? So we're doing cut 13. So it was in my house. Then from my house, we said, okay, let's start as Masisi, and the first thing I said, we're dreaming big.
So before you figure Mahulweni, then Kabinazi artist in his side.
No, we were not having any artist. So the artist in Ilandiga, it was just about let's beats.
Let's make use of them. Okay.
We were not even recording at that time. Let's just sing Vapa West beats, you understand that. So we're not even recording. So from there, and when we formed the Sam record, we decided, okay, let's go big. Let's not go just in Dwayne. Let's go big. And we said, okay, we will gonna book Onga Mahlahla in Tanzania.
Okay.
And at that time, I booked 6. We went there. Lily date is available. Go January, se 15. Go February, se 12. Go March, se 10. Go April or May, sifuna se 7. Zazilandelana shows, because saswabhukishile onke amaholo. So we went there and paid for amaholo, and we booked them. So, and it was the start, because we wanted the artist at that time. We wanted to play around with the artist corner. So as corner, nazo, they went there to Emahulweni, understand, understand. But yes, that's why we wanted to end up big. So that was the start. Corner some record to Emahulweni. Then and it started there. Artists who understand, because even corner the theory was like this. Hip hop most of that time, and abantu they were not comfortable with hip hop. It was quite. So let's provide a platform for abantu balandike registration, then showcase it, and we're not losing any
like say Iman's Cap, twice signed under some records.
Then
I think that was 2005.
Maskap is the second. They are the second one.
Oh, okay. Now you were just exploring.
We were exploring actually.
Oh, okay.
So the first people Abalandiga, they were as Saskalapa. It was AK. The Blackstone,
Yeah,
they were there, they were close by, I understand. The reason why Babelula Bakulula Bon Balala 13, you understand. Then we were joined by Olandiga, Omelo L, the PNS. The PNS is Hopi Zabandazela from K5 Bon. So they heard that I'm having this thing and they understand and
they became interested.
Yeah, they were interested and Babeswa Inya from God to buy a corner, Pakum. So
that's not in the window is
yeah, it's a good side that time.
There's no sense of musical.
Yeah. So we called in Olandiga or Hasty and it was like that place was busy, bro.
It was very, very busy.
And it was busy in the span at that time. So my weekend was like crazy.
One time I went there. The figure or something.
Yeah. Artists it was crazy.
Very, very crazy.
And I had to protect the privacy of I had to change one room to be still and the recording booth.
Yeah.
And the dining room,
the dining room, the setup.
In setup, equipment, you understand? Yeah, any room, then I room yolala, so no one on get room. Yeah, it was crazy, you understand? So, and in response, I think that's where the study to Banaka, especially Lapem Tanzania, Elingabanda Batala today. So, in response, was crazy. So, it was a queue. Imagine we are Tibanesa. I don't have a skill of playing any keyboard.
Yeah.
So it was loops. So you have to be creative. Totally loop. Today when Tibanesa sound
you call it a possibility about any sound. You find any sound because you'll be doing this all over and over.
Yeah. So it was like but then later we decided, okay, listen, let's give. As the years and over the weekends.
Okay.
On that weekend, the corner, I will do maybe during the week, I'll do 3 or 4 beats. Zibe corner. Over the weekends, artists they are already there, Safik and Jane, and they will play around with those beats. And on the beats, okay, yeah. It's yours.
It's yours.
Yeah, I understand that.
Now there's a competition, but who is killing that beat, Kapu?
It was like that, but I'm not giving you any beats or Ambenazo, you understand? Until I decide, you understand? So it was like, today, Ukonus Fiji, so everyone, there is a beat. A beat will was sang in a gate, no by Yacho. I zishindwana zam ngaphandle zishindwana zangama ngaphandle xa ngena umuntu ungena necrew yakhe zithi hayi singayithetha isihlobo bayenze kungena abanye bayenze kwaye artist kwazona ziyavumelana iwayo bantu bayityile ndibe nami ndithi hayi ke niyayibona.
In terms of marketing, let's say ndobana ne thathi le artist, okay, we record the no recorder kwakhe, what were other measures okanye yintoni uyayenza engenye besides the tours yasemahholweni, like from 15 yokuqina wa1? What are the measures of market like? I believe these people were your artists.
I think you need to remember at that time everything was new.
Yeah.
Having umuntu walapha emdanzana acule was new.
Okay.
We were like all Andiga or Hasty, all Andiga or Melo L. Having something that is recorded with the beat, it was a big thing for Bon. We understand. They made it really for So, and at the same time, Nati, we were like exploring. So there was no plan in place at all. Everything was just happening. Yeah, understand. And we had to improvise. There was no plan in place until we decided, okay, listen, man, we've been doing Lendo Lena. There is a competition. Lendwana Pagalandin ga 17. What's that name? There was another chap where he says the studio ga 17.
Simple command.
Not Leia isebenza no like
Hotspot. There was a Hotspot. 14, yeah.
14, yeah.
So Hotspot is having us on the toes, you understand? So we're checking the quality of Hotspot. Smamele recording yakhe sekudana quality akafiki yapha kuthi ngequality recording. But Hotspot was good ekulandeni with the keyboard. You understand? Yeah, so Hotspot were good when it comes to kwenzeni uIlandia's beats. So mna was more of Landia. Okay, I say okay, instead of competing with the Hotspot, let's get the upper hand of City Make Sure recordings. Some records, it was about recordings, the quality of the recordings. And let's move on from the quality of a recording while they're busy doing now recordings or happens because we started and everyone joined after us.
Yeah, exactly. Zaninzi
studio. And while they were in Zaninzi's studio, we said, okay, everyone is having beats, everyone is recording now. So let's take it further. Let's be the first one to release a CD, especially Tibenene hip hop in Tanzania. So we do players and we did the album, CD players and players and hustlers of MTA. So that was PNS. We didn't want to see PNS because we're still not sure about which one better between, because we like the sound of Blackstone. And we still like the gangsterism, the gangster sound of PNS, because I was doing both the beats. So let's get Ilandia as gangster pieces, nigi PNS, and as just a little bit lighter R&B pieces, nigi Blackstone. And what do? We do a collab album for PNS and Blackstone, and that was Players and Landia and Hustlers of MTA. So we did that one, and it came alright. Alright, not good. It came alright. It came alright.
In terms of the sales?
Not. We were not worried about sales, really. Tina, it was,
because this is what
we paid everything all about the Landia players and haters of Landia. Oh, one person who helped us with the players and haters of MTA. It was Landia Putsoto.
Oh, okay.
And we took that album, players, and he was into rap now, and although I'm Putumtal. And I met him up on Selandin, on 11. And I miss a corner, and I was driving motor. I miss out on a sort and I miss a pangwake. And I went Petel and Mamela Lumgulo, not some Mamela Lewe, and get more to any Ambagelandia Caravella. Hey, Praga Mamela Palewe, why Mamma Lupra. The young man was away in the Dians was it. So what do you want from Gum? We need to get a Lendolena into an album. And I already have Abandu Elande Cape Town that can do the album for us. Was it 500 copies for 10,000 rands? So we went and say, okay. And I just thought, okay, what do you need? I need 10,000 rands, whatever we afford. Okay, Monday, you pay office in shop yakhe lapha elandini Oxford phezulu elandini phaya udibana nobani uthi makakusendlini Monday ndayenza leyo ndacela umsebenzi ndayapha kuye and wanthatha lo mntu wasendlini yakhe and he just gave me 10,000 rands. Just like that. That's why I said uThixo soloko nathi kwezinye izinto, you understand. And I went on the same weekend, I went on eJoburg elandini Cape Town. And we did 2 players in Nelandia, Sabuya Nelandia, because that's Ben Cape Town, and Nelandia, Science are professional and a cover that was printed at Cape Town. So it was done at Cape Town. Then we come back here. We came back up Elandia and Paislan and Sense again over Elandia covers. So that was the So then later. After we did that one, and we had now to do shows, not only to promote land or lane, but it was not for Mali at that time, you understand. So we had this sponsor of 10,000 rand. We've got the CDs, and the CDs we need to make money. I gave the artists as CDs, and no one came back with the money. CDs. abanye I don't think about bazitya abanye imali yabona abanye it was more of giving ifamily yakhe ubani umalume untontoni understand and there's nothing ayifumanayo in return xa kufuneka uba makhesiniwe guys imali yo hayi bras phelile zabo imali so and up I still had a couple of Ireland CDs players and haters Ireland as Paco Mendlin because I would decide okay guys you're not making money yeah so later after we did that and I told them all under AK when we were doing in the what listen guys as much as this time this is up South Africa and I already knew the market the direction of the market and I said let's do hip hop in our own way. Yeah, and I said, let's do hip hop also with La Lapé and it was Vinek, like, we won't do Vinek. PNS won't do Vinek. Oh, Elandiga is AK, they won't do Vinek. They were like, oh, my man. I said, okay. Yeah. And I was like, okay. Whatever that we're doing here, it cannot compete. We cannot compete with Abandu, Abenzalendo. So we need us to have our own style. Yes. And we need overseas. Satlukane with the overseas artist. Then Manscap came in, and Manscap came in.
No,
it was a storm at that time. It was like ufika kwazo ngiqhele udishana nendwana zeLand zenika understand as neat and it was like manscap. It was dirty like. Xa ngene endlini kuyanuka nje kunuka iteki kunuka everything and Bond had something like as a hook and bayazazi bayanuka. Ethi ikhona hook that was like xa singena ntontoni siyabanuka thina singamavungqela emapatini siyabasuzela entontoni ukuthi siyasishepeza siyenza amaboma this thing understand so yeah and but and they say they were like outside okay bra man sifuna ukwenza le way ingqondo yami izoba ngabantu bekwaito okay yeah understand and kuloland kwezi software zami I call beat kwaito I tried also the land again I call beat kwaito and I was playing something I'm not sure what beat I was playing and they came in and bangena ngola hlobo labo and I said no uyafita le way hamba kakuhle nje and it was I can't remember the first landika record shayo khona. And I was banging la landika la ndo babero kwa shela la. That was later. I think they had the beat from Habit.
Okay.
And I had to bathathe and bafake voice over on top of la beat understand and it came perfectly. And ndahamba na ndibhengisha apha kule moto yam and amajita la ndihamba nawo ke ngoku ngubani abo ndiyazi intwana zam and after that he acknowledged ngamajita yam nawo and they were like it's something new which stick to this thing yeah. And
it must be unique
yeah so I was like okay let's do le Manscap because they were the first one who went the album on their own ke ngoku I said okay this is the thing ebendicinga ebendibawela kade understand having our own and Manscap was talking about what's happening on the streets you understand and it was more of a street language you understand that's yeah you understand rap is about what's happening kule hood yakho and you need to talk with the language abantu abazo understand and that's why Manscap had more followers than Hasty and the PNS
because people related more
and remember kaloku abantu imarket yethu abantu they were still kusafunda kwezikolo zalapha elokishini English ayonto yelandileyo understand so they wanted a language abazo understand so that's why Manscap was having like crazy followers so we booked amaholo we booked shows zethu at the same time so Manscap were like okay nina nizongena nizokwenza ku talent ntontoni but you're gonna Ekugqibeleni niyayivala. Close the
I
show.
remember when the shows is by Louis.
Yeah.
The man's car used to party cordless mics.
Yeah.
You are busy also and second like something. What was I
No, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy at that time. So we did a Mawolo corner while we were doing talent search, and Manscap was there.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to be city Manscap. We wanted to do talent search because I still remember. Yeah. We wanted to go in but they were closing the show because one show is still, I still remember, you will show at 12. They show at 7 always. They were crazy. Yeah, they were crazy, I understand. But anyway, nevertheless, we did that one. And at that time, I was a little bit in a business. I think when I figured this men's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I understand the busy with the men's. If I hear men's, yeah, I think it was men's because I think Utulan.
I think it was men's.
Yeah, Utulan, Dimazele corner when there's a linear men's. Yeah, when there's a sausage men's. Yeah, I understand Utul's, men's car. So I think on that process of acquiring the men's, working around the men's and DJing, Tulan was there. Or Tulan was there before Sifumane, you even over 80 men's. Because remember, logo tools, some semesters to DJ. We had this sound system already.
Okay.
So now, as was now the latest Tulan, Hamba takes where has no Kubega. Tools can DJ and I am, you understand. So now was I see operating men's. He was DJing when the sausage go sausage, DJ. So it was crazy a lot, but nevertheless we did the project, the Manscap. The Tanzania project, and we did that project. But at that time, when we did the project of Tanzania, and I was like, okay, I had Imali 2 years away, so I didn't need any sponsor. So I did that off Ipokotoyam, taking Imali from a business, and we went to Elandigan to Cape Town with Bona. I understand, and Saya Kulinda sends a CD. And I think I was having a Kosa Park, silver at that time. So on the back of the Kosa Park, we went to Elandigan. Yeah. Went to Cape Town, and we did that CD, Manscap, and we came back with the copies of la CD, I understand. And the same story happens with that CD of Ilandigan. Lens never came back with Ilanda with the copies. Yeah, understand.
But what were you expecting from Manscap like?
No.
Yeah, your boy was legs, but
out of Yongele, I understand. I think one person at Center came on board.
Okay.
Because I had a deal with the man at Center, and it was one was a very good London. And went to our art center and did the show kwa 7. That Matikano was like 7, and Matikano when he saw how crazy was the show land again, land kwa 7.
Okay.
And they commit themselves right on the spot. They're gonna buy us cordless mics.
Yes.
And they bought the cordless mics for us. Yeah. And they asked us over when the show land again at Center. And the next show was supposed to be Kwawan. So at Center they say no. We're gonna give you was it 17,000 or something?
Yeah.
Or 7,000, I'm not sure. But it was not that big, you understand?
Okay.
Are they gonna give us to do a show at Center? Instead of us you host them out, let's take as artists as long as it's at Center. Then they're gonna give us Lomal. I said, okay. That's another opportunity to fund a project here, you understand? So let's do Art Center. Then from Art Center we went to London Kawan. Then that's how it was landing in the Manscap. But it was crazy.
So how think I can go out of his own as when Barcelona corners and some because would you consider owning a record label even in future? Go like as today.
I think the Ubombu dynamic wanapra.
Yeah.
And mhlambi nam ndiyayithanda the ease of pioneering izinto. There are too many record companies, you understand, and there are too many artists and having their own landiga, having their own production studios. So it's not profitable. for a person or njengam, you understand, who doesn't. It's profitable for the artist. Artist, he's got nothing to lose. He's got umculo, he's got keyboard, he's recording his own, he's selling his own thing. So a person like me, a business person, because that's when we started, when I was at NU5 doing a business corner, I said, okay, if the counter from the production watch today, what have I gained? And I said nothing. Instead, I lose a lot of Ilandia passion, you understand? But it was not. It was not about the gay Ilandia. But really, when it comes to
about exploring,
the question is, can you make the business out of Leindo? You cannot. Especially at this age, you cannot make a business out of Mkulungo. Yeah, understand? An artist can make a business out of Mkulungo because Kulula for an artist to record at his own space, do production, do his own CD as market, then perform. Because really, it's not about selling the CDs now, it's about performance, you understand? So there is Mali to be made in London, but you have to be the owner of everything.
The owner who own that music, who own a specific
and you be creator of land, you understand?
So as you continued with your journey, you ended up opening a radio station which is called Mtiz FM. And how did it years and light okay, now we own them also after some records. Yeah. Then it was part of exploring okay, let me try any aspect. Let me own a radio station. How did it came about?
There is one thing in the from the background, I had a brother, an older brother, and he's AI disabled. So he was more wheelchair bound. So from the early age, I had to take care of him. Late kazohamba lalivala apha emnyango lazi banzohamba nomshiya apha endlini lichike emnyango ilambe nesithixo livula ifestire ukutya sibekelwa apha then we have oba sihlala endlini. There was no TV, it's only radio. So brother yam was good at sport and he was good in exercising sport, you understand, especially ulinganisa abasasazi khona, and he love for the radio and he started corner with the brother yam, you understand ba ulandi kusasa ulandi kwabasasazi and radio zandiyeke okona from then from the early age. So when I went to SAPC to do in-service training and I saw his studios akhona and I saw indlela abayenza ngayo, and on weekend I had enough friends at Joburg. So weekend from Friday in the sister Auckland Park where Elande Henley Studios, the Philly Studios, and being the technicians, the acela was using to assist. We understand and ubana kangenanga bra ama nobukhona pha last go phi Brixton ka kwancedisa endaweni ethile. So the person yaphinda developer from there, you understand, but yaphinda abulawa business lena ndangena kule business emens dayo kwenza MDs ka 5. So the money yayibulala business. When I had the money MDs, I said okay, I've got the money and what else, and I've been doing I was about when I started doing when DZFM, it was 2014 if not early. So I was already in 2007, I was already 7 years on the business with Joala. So I said, you were already business with Joala. What else can I do? And I said, okay, I need to go back to Ilandiga roots of being a technician. Yes. What else can I do and ithandayo more than Ilandia? Because leni na imali but and lali and I really my heart is not there. Okay. Yeah, understand. And yenzela for imali and into nenye no denza for unwabe. And I remember having plans of just doing a wireless radio for the area lena pa umdanza pa 5B.
5B, yeah.
Yeah, understand. And get the equipment of Gwenza Leo Indo. Don't ask me how I get the equipment. Got the equipment of Gwenza Leo Indo and connected up, play.
You were a technician. So
Yeah. Play. Had the playlist of all the some records Alba Elandigeni on the loop. Yeah, Kona Elandigeni on the air. Then Damba Dayaga Elandati Kauchune to 99.5 on your radio. Ku Makaula. And they tune to 99.5. Indole Kalaya. And Dayago Mniwa lap around, tuna to 99.5. Hey, Dole Kalayap. Hey, Manskap, just a right when Manskap. Hey, but I tell you, Kali Manskap all the time.
So I got presented like that.
I got presented at that time. Yeah, Kalunguru. And it's like, Umakaula, and he said, okay, switch. You use one well away? Yeah. I was young, that I tell you for about. To so, and I drove around Tanzania, and I thought it was just coverage because it would tip Mosul and NU5. Yeah. And I was NU7. Hey, ya Vagala Lendole. The 13 still is a Vagala. I say, fuck, I will put my career on the land again. I'm no longer interested of coming back. I know the consequences, you understand them. They will take Ilandiga.
So because you were...
No, I was already out of a business. Ilandiga then. I was already out of Rasentek. I was in business. Yeah, understand? So I said, fuck, hands up in Anbuele. I'm no longer wanting to be employed. Let me take the risk and do Lendolin. I know which house I will come knocking in my door, and this was an police, like I say. But let's get this journey. City make sure when if you go cast out of figures, yeah. So started formalizing. Makaula ngena ikosel chile ban ngena ikosel chile gibana ngena ikosel chile.
So next week you didn't have a criteria of okay, lo muntu unazo qualifications yenziwa nje just fun le. It's like presenting and stuff.
Lens was one of them. Lens he can do whatever, talk over Leindo. Makaula do something, let's get abantu becawa belapha. Bani Hlumela wathi gcina abanye ke Jika was also with production. No, Jika was the artist from Galand again. So I used the pool of our band and before. Jika, can you do it? Yes, that's speaking at the right man. I can do lay in there and I said I'm a teacher, yonke. Do Ilandiga. I just was I can play over Ilandi weekend. Then we did lay indoor 1 week. It was well organized and the people they were like Jika will call abantu bakho but listen to 99.1 and it was like crazy. And abantu they want to interact now. And I call a phone in a studio and that's okay. Let's think, what can we get about by interacting with in the corner of Facebook at that time? We were not having as under. Yeah, I'm trying to work on it, but there were very few. Or it was mixed at that time, I'm not sure. So we said, okay. I had the phone, I let me, and I landing in a mall and I bought the phone. And the phone then it was a small phone, Utilili. Then Utilili is got, if Funa Ube Utilili abe hands free. So I thought of hands free. You've got la pin, la 3 pin ingena paya for by ingena the headphones. Yeah, understand. And paya, there is the Ilan Indambo is yakwe mic. Paya, there is Indambo is headphones. Yeah, understand. Take as the headphones, we mixer, so that people they can monitor by the studio. Okay. Take as the mic is a teta phone in the land upper. Yeah. Was straight. Yeah, was straight. Was connected with the mic. In them was a mic. Then you can mix. Yes. And we tried that thing and we phoned and it rang up and we answered it with Fumela and we had a phone, a studio phone. Yeah. So people they phone in and it was like crazy. When uqala kwayo ungena phoning and there were people abe phone every day. So that was Ulandia DZFM started like that. Okay. And the criteria, it's the same story with the land on the Enzayo today. The criteria it was not the ease of qualifications. I don't believe in qualifications at all. I'm
qualification and experience.
No. I don't believe in qualification. I believe in passion.
Passion. Okay.
I'm the personal believer in passion. There are a lot of people who are doing easy with the passion and something in qualifications. And babasa pasale our qualifications. You've got emakiwane onesi osisaba cleaner yokona otold lo na bimel bangunesi lo ohlobana passion ngayo lento lena but akana qualifications you understand then you've got onesi emakiwane abane qualifications ufuma uba abana passion yalento you understand uzokwenza imali you understand yeah and umve kwalapha indlela athetha ngayo with the patient indlela ayiphatha ngayo patient ulinde just uba knock off ngequarter to sesonke into zakhe when i-patient igula khona ikhala lapha bayipaying akasenamdla senigoduka you understand and you've got umuntu ongusisi athi ngoku lo elande engekho qualified bayambela ama-ipilisi khona. Those are the people that are supposed to be honest. So that's why I believe more in passion than where you land again. So even again, when we started the radio, we were looking for abantu passion.
Okay.
When we do interview yakho at singokolo uba ulungena into olofuna uyenza. What do you want to achieve of
London? I think businessmen okanye abantu abaninzi who own companies they could use that skill. Ubana umuntu afocus eqala ku person rather than indobana because mostly nje wehlobo sitshwa ngalo ubana abantu abaninzi they don't have a passion of that particular thing. They always use bangaba dilapha ngoku I'm doing this isitulo wasobe usibonela basithina as long umsebenzi uhamba ayikho passionate or focused about that thing.
Yabona Brian passion really I think mna as usitsho umuntu ona passion umbona if you doing usesilaheni if umxesha silaheni you can trap umuntu ona passion about what's yaziyo lento yenzayo do drop something ngeminye landi ke umbona uyibuyise laphi na umuntu ongena passion if usike inyama yiwe inyama uthatha le ayibuyisele kule nyama ebeyigqibosika uthi no this person really doesn't know lento yenzayo because how can uthatha into esuke phansi without even uyipula uthina so he's just doing the job yakhe but a person on leyo into uzombona you will go an extra mile and he was before knock off at make sure ba izinto uzenzile zonke akho into izophinda imnide izophinda imkhalise yana sen ingaba yonke into yakhe inyama uyisikile before ashiya apha emsebenzini ufika early before ixesha lakhe so those are izinto kumele siyazinotana so when we did DZFM we were looking for leyo into so we had ohlumelo they have an idea about that's which I can fit and ndifuna ujonga abantwana besikolo ndifuna ujonga abantwana besikolo and I had to stare ulandu Stembele Thomas Plastera and Plastera was like having a problem mdala man mdala nakumu understand uzothina apha but ndiyayithanda le nto ndithi
and what into endinotisayo futhi abantu ababesemDZFM mostly basezindaweni ngokwezibani
because of it's not because of London because of passion aba bantu abaya and sasukuthi ungena pha ndithi no man Brian when yenzela for a fame let's give ubani ese slot sakho you have to be brutal ka ulandika you have to be brutal because it's not upleaser umuntu it's about it's going to drag the project down understand when ubuqonda ba he's not performing he's not doing lento lena there is someone oqoqozayo ufuna ungena and I'm a passion about bra ubani yenza wrong man can ngike chance ba siyenze kuleya into and you still when usanase lo and awunalo ixesha elininzi because I knew for a fact about Ikasa soon will knock on that door and when we started abantu betwebe base True FM talking about Tina with True FM and True FM started inquiring about what's in DZFM you don't know DZFM and when I got a call from SAFM and inquiring about can you tell us how do you start the radio without a license? I knew about Izingizikasas lapha kufutshane now.
Yes sir.
So but we did lay in though without any fear and wafika ikasa and they took our equipment, they took everything. and it was fueled, you understand, and there were people, there were people that were supposed to protect us, and they didn't play that role. Yes. And I only find out the project in Tanzania, but hey, you still remember, I was the one, hey. But they could see, they can open it up now, because I'm no longer, I was not bitter. I'm not the type ever bitter, you understand? Bitter, and that's it. After a couple of days or a couple of minutes, you understand? I won't say but I won't see the
I ask myself, you heard FM, then that happened. Then Tutu's what then after that, there's Tanzania FM. We all thought, FM is on another level, upgrading, corners of blossom as a bag. I by the way, but only to find out it's a different owner.
It's a different owner.
How did you feel moving up on the banner now?
First, I was feeling so betrayed.
Yeah.
Because what they did in Tanzania FM, they took every staff than us. And by niggas logical, I understand. Yes. But at the same time, I feel so betrayed by the staff some. Yeah. But I had to, it takes me days to understand about. If Lenny Valley and there is a door that is opening up, they were given opportunities, and they love whatever. Yes. So, and because we were not paying them up, and I could understand, okay, I could understand and say, okay, no, I understand. And I was bitter for a few days, but later I understand, okay, no, there's nothing to be bitter, because it's an upgrade for one. And in whatever way, let's say they develop, they will always remember, we didn't start here, we started there. Yeah, I understand. So in Tanzania FM, really, I was a little bit bitter when that thing happened, until a month or two in that bitterness, a solution came over and said, okay, listen, you started the radio here. What other thing that is better than radio? And television was there. Was the answer. I said, okay, this time do it proper and make sure you protect the concept. You protect the concept.
Yes.
So the concept of the television came in actually was implemented in 2017. 2017, I went to councillor and I was showing him, okay, how it plans is and I presented to councillor, and councillor gave it a nod since I done the radio, and was taken to Umeya and presented the concept to Umeya, and Mayor was blown away with the concept. And with the craze of things, and Mayor said, this week I'm taking you to the mayoral committee to present the concept. Okay. And we went to the mayoral committee and I presented the concept. Yes. And remember, I'm a technician at that time. Yeah. Presentation is not my skill. Yeah, understand a party. To protect the concept, I had to do it on my own. Yeah, understand, because I learned from mistakes. So presented to the mayoral committee, and they were very excited. And the same mayoral committee gave us seal, and they said, take this concept and deal with LED. LED must fund this project. And we went to our LED with the high hopes of, hey, this concept here, and that was 2017. 2019, LED was still there. Usafuna season a presentation, a proper. And I said, these people are playing games with us. 2019, I decided to pull out of anything it did better or LED. One thing I ended up pulling out. And in 2020, we started protecting the concept very heavily. Because when we presented the last time, and LED said, okay, listen, man. Up at Buffalo City, we've got to ICT, and ICT is doing a television for Masipala. So why don't you join ICT, Masipala, and then the TV, Masipala?
And it's like changing your vision, in a way.
Yes, not really.
Yeah, I heard something.
And I was still flexible because I was so naive of trusting abantu yabona lando trust kakhulu and so okay, let's look it in the positive way ngabantu kamasipala, so it's gonna fast track bekhawuleze le TV.
Yeah.
And we went to ICT and we have to school ICT about Ilandia television. Oh, but listen, this thing ihamba hlobo nohlobo. Iplan yenu nina ningu ICT 18. Iplan yethu was about we gonna get a concept Ilandia hours. Yes, we're gonna get some slots from Bay TV. Then on Bay TV, then we do Ilandia BCM TV corner. And then was hours as till then we pay for other hours and yeah. And we have to sit down.
On the same channel.
Yeah, on the same channel. Okay. We have to sit down and say, listen, okay, how do you make this TV sustainable? Because at the same time, not necessarily, it's not meant for Gwenzimali, but how do you pay for us? And let's say as hours or as lots, who's gonna lemali advertising? We went there. And they couldn't answer and say, and I suggested to Jongi and said, Jongi, listen, next time you meet with the Bay TV, can I be part of a crew so that I can answer questions? Then, and that was the last time I met with the Jongi from ICT, and they never answered calls anymore.
No,
that was not the last time. That was not the last time. It was a couple of times until he phoned me and say, okay, I've considered whatever that you're saying, and Umaspala is prepared to about venue can we make this thing work? Must a meeting in again. I went to a meeting in Ufuchongi and he says, I'm still game, I'm still a CTN who still saw the concept of a Bay TV. The about in the Bay TV. What about Bay TV? We still in negotiations with the Bay TV and therefore Nuktata Corner. Did okay. Whatever that you're doing with the Bay TV, I don't think it will work. I was honest with Bona. And I went to Bona and presented the alternative part. Okay. That was Bay TV there.
Oh, okay.
I went to it went there and it was like Bona I went there and presented to Chong and said, listen, let's keep it Bay TV as Bay TV by. Let's have a television as a Islanan, as a BCM television. Okay. That will take Indaba Zalap. Because you cannot have a BCM TV, your rider, Umaspala a computer naye, which is a metro so by two. We understand. And the mandate is over La community television to serve the Nelson Mandela Bay.
Their interest.
Yeah. So what about the interest yalapa? And how many artists yalapa because bona zidlala khona zisiya Bay TV. So keep it Bay TV lap. And what his suggestion it was, if Bay TV is having a channel on 755. Terrestrial epa. Get that channel. Seated in a so we want to expand the coverage. A coverage of the whole Eastern Cape. And the cloud coverage in 755 up of Iceland and a channel. City is or channel is of money for free without it is. Elena so is as Eastern Cape television. Then the BCM TV will feed Eastern Cape within that. But when they can do Eastern Cape, the Bay TV will feed Eastern Cape. So Eastern Cape will just have the offices.
The offices, yeah, I see.
They won't have about Sebenza. And the people about Sebenza is Bay TV, the BCM TV. Now, Eastern Cape TV, you have a space for over we want the ORTV, OR Tambo TV. So now you're creating a platform whereby Zongi TV, they can, Zongi municipality can have their own TV, then they will feed Eastern Cape and have one content, a pool of Ilandigen, a representative Eastern Cape. The whole holistic view of Eastern Cape, we presented that there with the ICT. So we presented to the ANC Youth League. At that time, Luvo and Ulandiga, Uyomelela Chal was there, ANC Youth League. So say, okay, I've been banned before. I presented this concept to Umaspala. This is how we see the partnership between Ilandia Bay TV plus Ilandia TV Buffalo City. We see, and I still have that letter of presentation and dates. I presented in 2 Youth League. It's the same week, and down the line, that was the last time I had Umaspala way to up from Uchongi. That was on that presentation of the Eastern Cape television.
Yeah.
3 months down the line, and one of your friends met Siviwe Mahlahla. And I let this game naga pakumenze. Siviwe Mahlahla. Sisendlina. Indole palo pakone naba ku Pay TV. Classity Mpuma Kapa TV.
Yes.
I mean, you cannot be that
like,
stupid, you understand that? It's Eastern Cape television, you understand that? They wanted to play like in Mpuma Kapa. And 2 months down the line, after Siboni Lele, okay, Yakuba. And okay, wait. Before you figure that 2 months, and I had to write something. And I was like, fuck it, I'm not getting any sponsor from Umaspala. I'm doing an open letter, anyone can read. And I was writing about everything, you understand? Writing about Yonkindo and steps and where I went and then all the Tumela on social media. And I had a couple of officials phoning me. Hey, come on guys. Can you come and do the story? And I went to their offices and no one, they just listened to the story. It was just for fun. There's nothing else. Okay. But anyway, we said, okay, they are doing Leindo. But and everyone here has and the officials, including Nabobayas. And last year, was it on the same year? And what December, I received a call from me in Pumakapa. But hey, we want to work with where now. Can you set up a meeting? Can you do Indondon for Tina? I said, I'm not having a problem of working with Nina. I'm having a problem of working under your brand. Yeah, understand? Yeah. And whatever I'm doing it as BCM TV.
Yeah.
And I think
So we minimize the BCM TVs ever.
No. I'm saying whatever they're doing as in Pumakapa. Yeah. I'm doing whatever with this lot of BCM TV.
So they want to work with you.
Yeah.
It's like Nati, you're going to work for them.
They wanted me to work for them.
With them.
So I said, no, I'm not going to work for them. And that was the conversation you understand. And fortunately, and I said to each episode, 2020, and during COVID time, I said, okay, we were under attack at that time. Officials, they were crazy, like, so attacking on social media, and they wanted to grab my office land again. And one person called me and showed me, can you go and check Ulandiga companies?
Okay.
There is a Buffalo City television, a community television, Islander, and it doesn't have your name. Say BCM TV having Ilandigen, and we went there. Diet check up Ilandigen, and I saw there are people. 2019, there's a company that was registered in 2019, and having the directors, and the directors are having like. If you are Jonga with BCM TV, I'm a director. You find 2 companies under my name. Yeah, understand. Another director. I'm one company, and you also with man. And those people, they were like formal business people. They were like having 20 companies under their name, and they are doing Lendo Lena.
Yes.
And I said to Usbongile Matita, okay, we are under attack now. They want to steal the concept. So what to
use it as their own?
Yeah. So what must we do? As a letters go Facebook, as us decided, well, let's do this thing. So 2020, we called the community and we went there and say, okay, we're gonna start a BCM TV. It's no longer a secret because we were like, as soon as available, I say very already. Yoba city so about two TV like operator. It's no longer working. Let's masitubule ngoku. So yeah.
In the meeting, I attended the meeting.
London Border Training Center. That was the first one. The second one was London got 12, and we say, okay, let's open it up to Abandu and let's start working. And got 12 Savumelan on one thing, but let's start with the news. What content and what's Debanesa? Yes, BCM TV must have different content, but to protect the concept, we decided, okay, let's start with the community news. Because if we're gonna do, let's say we're gonna start with the music show. Who's gonna watch the music show? Music show, I will take Imanskap is up a studio and do a show about Imanskap. How many people are interested in Imanskap? Then it's young people and yeah, understand. So it's gonna be Lens plus friends zake, Lens actually friends zake. It's about restricted kawenza with when we do a show it's gonna be me, have to market. But the pool that doesn't need any marketing, it's news. When the sense in the Bazalapa 9 and wearing a BCM TV cap, these are ones in the 9. The whole community at 9, so Bukela Nini ku BCM TV. You just tell them and at that time it's like at that time in fact it's about 500 views 9 Then when you move you circulate, then you share to Ezinya, then you're getting into 1,000 within 24 hours. We understand. So that was the whole concept of okay, what content that's no answer is not to make sure but Ilandiga is getting more views and it's more popularity.
Now is it happening like when planning covers a story like if you are has reached that amount?
Let me do Izola did this story since it was more not even a story, it was an announcement. Since whereby bekumami beswelekile khona and if neighbors abazamfumana eswelekile endlini but sabe singabazi relatives. So they called us and we do as a story and say publicize within 2 days wafumana ke family yakhe.
Wow.
And the story is as publicized, it's about 2.7 views. Izolo went there just to letter if you was there to
follow up.
Like we're doing a follow-up story but if family if so let's do into so when Saturday family and the baby just response abantu. Today it was the poster exercise and today if we're not strong it's about 2.5 views already. So you can see the numbers. Numbers don't lie. People as long as industry bonds layer corner, the only Apple views corner anything that's got to do with the politics. Politics. Yeah, and industry no they no longer trusting in the they are not interested due to understand. Otherwise we still have. But anyway, fast forward to today. We did layer indoors land again. Also all this year from 2020 go July 2020 until 30th or let's say until 12th January this year. We were doing according to Tina we were doing protect a concept of BCM TV. Because we wanted to protect the concept so that whoever doing our applier or whoever because we knew at that time ICASA license was bambing as a TV. So we would know about there were people that were going to land up who apply as Ben Shilo. There were companies that were formed ezingo BCM TV, you understand? As for you, I would believe the officials are like Buffalo City, you understand? Ukwenza, but they can, since they have the finance, they can easily baskupe kali then when you go to enhance la BCM TV ya continues. As yenzekile, because Tanzania FM people were still thinking about switch him Tanzania FM. So same applies. I think there was that strategy, and Grace strategy was counter and was answer.
So what are the future plans for BCM TV? Like, what are you planning, like expanding? I know you're covering news, but when can we see as new channels, like as new videos, like?
I think that's one reason the lap okay. You wait until June this year. I can only say that.
Let's wait until June. I'm so
you'll have a clear.
I'm sure they can be interested, very interested.
As I said, from
no, not even a sneak preview, like.
From 2020 uzochongo 2023 ngo January 12 we were doing land necessity protection of the concept.
Yes.
So it was news, community news and communities this need to protect the concept of being abiwa.
Okay.
And until the closing date of ICASA, we went to Ireland again. Well, let's just go straight to Lewin. Last year we were phoned by ICASA.
Yeah.
And ICASA Aban Balapa from Buffalo City ICASA and said, switch, we see what we're well and we believe about this is what we need. This is what we believe a community television should be.
Yes.
You're doing Levy. This is they're gonna use us as a benchmark of how to start.
Okay.
They're gonna use it by BCM TV. So we're phoned by a PE CASA city. We're using you as a benchmark of how to start television. And we phoned by another member of Yalape Buffalo City, CASA city. Okay, listen. Now the applications are open. He sent us the application, and the application it's like the documentation and the from Ukala ever since the ville I would say in August. January, it's about 560 pages of the documentation. And it was fortunate, it's just about something especial. We were not like cooking anything. So
with your crew, within the team,
no, it was done by Mna.
Yes.
So it was more like taking everything in the past into sipale phansi ngoku ya understand ba this is how we did science all hlobo. And when we went to the first presentation ka ICASA ezo educate about oba application lena ye BCM TV khona oba I mean application just a community banen license abazozikhupha eziyi-2 apha Eastern. Actually ziyi-3 licenses ophuma apha Eastern Cape. The community television broadcasters.
Okay.
Z3 one uthe say reverse ilandi inikwe ulandia ngenxa basebenza lento ulandia uFaith TV. So we are competing for licenses Z2 ke ngoku. So kwathiwa wonke umuntu one interest kwezi license Z2 we need to meet virtually, and another one was land physically ICC. And ICC we are front runners, we are there on the top because we were there with Keith Ngesi, with whoever that is doing a TV. Whoever that is doing a TV, but problem is they are doing a private television. Abanye they are doing a commercial television, and we are the only people abayiqalileyo ngo 2020 a community television. So Eastern Cape, we are number one when it comes to Quest license to abayiranelayo. I don't know who else, because sasibizwe sisonke phaya. There were a couple abantu beswabona kwezinye indawo, but xa befika kukupresentela uba you need to have 2 years on the field, you need to have 1, 2, 3 and 4. They were like, okay, they'll apply next year, next year. And BCM TV was the one I standing okay. We've got everything. Yeah. So by June this year, the answer will be out.
Yeah.
And we are not only optimistic.
Can't wait to hear the answer also.
No. The answer is obvious. We're getting the license.
Obvious.
Yeah.
Now we just have to wait for by the official.
No, they have to just buy the official.
Official.
Yeah. And we be corner. We don't need luck. We did the hard work. Yeah, luck is for people like the guy.
You want to be part of a BCM TV, and how do they contact you? The story and all that.
Let's to people who want to cover the story, we're still covering the story.
Okay. So they must just
no. Yeah, they do. We've got Ilandia. They go to our page. We've got Ilandi contacts is going on. We've got the numbers. We've got the emails.
Okay.
We've got understand that they can just comment. So long as they're very active on Ilandia account.
Okay.
Yeah, understand. We still do this story.
Yeah.
But the reason why we are here today, understand. And I said, I like the concept, Lena. I understand because it's going to be very difficult to get someone. Let's say, by March, say money license. Your results will be out by March. By June, let's say we want to start a television, Buffalo City, with Ilandeka. There's one thing as I said before. We said the maximum work we can do as a BCM TV will be in news.
Yes.
And having Ilandeka studio debates, and that's it.
Okay.
There are avenues Buffalo City, they need to especially abasha, they need to not only BCM TV on to be and that's one often that boy. We understand. There are avenues like Lendonians whereby you do. It's not gonna be a podcast anymore. We're gonna upgrade to a real show.
Yeah, to a real show.
Understand?
Televised.
Because a real show, televised, and dish. That's why we're saying applying for something as of managed because very few people are want a dish. You understand? So we want Lativ Yokala whereby you just make aerial and tune in and BCM TV corner. You watch it 24/7. So the question will be, who do we choose? It's going to be very difficult if we use a concept okay. It's always nice to say the reason why we were chosen by ICA, I mean, the reason why we are working with the departments as needs is because we're not saying we're having this concept, we're saying we are doing this.
It's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, we are doing Lando. So this is where you can feature.
Yeah.
So it's the same applies with the BCM TV. We want Abanda Bayenzai.
Okay.
That's why we're saying, you're doing whatever that you're doing, but we need to work together.
Okay.
We need to work together work together with Nina.
Yes.
Having saying we've got 24 slots. In 24, it's not 24 slots actually. We've got 24 hours. In 24 hours, most of the programs are set TV. They whatever names are, it may have to fit in within 30 minutes. So with 24 hours, you've got 30 minutes by 48.
Yeah.
So that means 48 shows a day.
Yeah.
A day.
A day, one day.
And if one says there are 48 shows today, you cannot do the same 48 shows tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand?
Next week.
Next week. Yeah. If we give you slots and go, so preparation, do lendo yako, get the guests zako, so there will be more media houses that will be formed. Yeah, understand? Because we won't say BCM TV. We want to be in a platform. Back to what some record was.
I see.
The concept is still the same.
Still the same thing.
Yeah, understand. You do whatever that you do, you bring us the concept and also and we check the quality. We say, okay, this is. Can you provide us with this? Not only day one, can you provide us with 10 so that it be season? We buy the whole season. Yeah, so that we can see as Balendo. If to concept shoot us about 5 episodes. So that next week, shoot. Yeah, understand. So it will create more production houses. Yeah, understand that. The more production houses,
Instead oba mna ngiqeshe wena uzoqesha bakho and the crew ezohamba yenza le show yakho, and Lance will get another one ezokwenza show yakhe, crew yakhe. Yabona the skill of television is employing more people, and if we're making imali, we have to buy a show apha kuni. If we're not making imali, we have to negotiate with Nina. Okay, listen guys, you've got Lendo and we're not making imali. Let's get Lendo Lena back with platform until we make imali. Yeah, understand. So there will be Ezo Landega. So let's say in June there will be more of Ezo negotiations with abantu that are already all up on the field. Let's do it. Let's take Leya talking with the celebrities. Can you change? Let's talk about abantu bomculo. Let's do it on Friday evenings. Talk with the artist. While you talk with the artist, get something that is playing. Talk about the new projects, Zayo, especially Ezalape Buffalo Theater. Yeah, talk about what is happening on who is around the Buffalo City. There are a lot of his industry on his own. Yeah, understand that. That's why we say
it's just that Usvision is providing us
the platform. Yeah, understand that. And Abandabacha, for Roba be relevant to Abandabacha, you need to be Abandabacha that are bringing issues relevant. Yeah, understand. So that's the thing.
Before we wrap it up, any last words?
I would say thank you for the platform and keep it up. There are a lot of us in this Bugelayo or Magchi, Nabanyabandu. We believe about we can do it better.
Yeah.
And he is more relevant and we can relate to us Thank you very much.
For your time. Very busy man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we wrap it up. Big up a Lyrical Curse, of course, Mr. Nyenye is NOMW. Thanks to Mr. Siviwe Mahlahla for giving us and we go through Yongela Cheniaki. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Lyrical Curse Online. It's none of my weakness. Of course.